Texas League Baseball is next. And good evening, everybody. We'd like to welcome you into a live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. And now, here is the star of the show, the one and the only Johnny Baker. Well, thank you there, Bob. Good evening, everybody. We welcome you into the Wednesday night broadcast of Texas League Baseball. It is the second game of our six-game set between the visiting Amarillo Sod Poodles and your San Antonio Missions. Well, tonight is the most perfect night for the ball game to go to the military members as we celebrate Military Appreciation Night here at the ballpark. So far, everybody that is military could get in, just show proof of your military ID, or you could go to the box office and get 4 free tickets courtesy of our San Antonio Missions. Series continues tomorrow evening at 7:05 as we'll have Taco Bell Value Night. Flying Chanclas will be back for the first and second to last time of this half of the season. And I got to say, a pretty good one at that, as we'll see them for at least 2 more times after that. Series continues Friday evening at 7:05 as we have post-game fireworks through Sunday. So far, don't forget, all the kids, all the parents, and everybody could come out. We'll even include the military members that serve as we serve a pretty good holiday known as Independence Day. Go online now at samissions.com, purchase and print your tickets from home. Also, download Bally Live and watch us here all season long on YouTube Live. And so far, you are good to go. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my partner Bob here tonight, and welcome into another broadcast here, Bob. Well, indeed as well. You too, dear Johnny. Well, I tell you, thank you. Well, anyway, last night Amarillo took the road victory, the first of the 6-game series, and so far by the final score of 13-9. And boy, double digits. They've had that for the past 2 days, Sunday and Tuesday. Well, they beat the Frisco Rough Riders 18-4 on Sunday. And last night, beating San Antonio 13-9 in Game 1 of the series. I got to say, John, a lot of those were recognized base hits. And I got to say, they did pretty good for Amarillo getting into this one. That is for sure. Well, anyway, Bob, I guess we don't have anything else after this, but most evidently we'll make the pregame show short and sweet. But we'll also give our shout-outs to West Creek Trail Rides of San Antonio. And so far over the 4th of July weekend, make sure you come by and see us. We'll be more happy that you do. Also, if you want to give us a call at 210-616-6585, that's Lana Wiles' phone number. If you want to get in touch with her or get in touch with Benji Hernandez is 210-800-3335. As you know, you could get in touch with both of them for horseback rides or private rides by Benji. And so far, pretty good. Well, anyway, a partly cloudy evening as we get set to go. Temperature at 103 degrees here tonight, so make sure you guys staying well hydrated. And so far, hope y'all are about ready to go as we take on Amarillo here tonight. Well, anyway, we're just about set to go for the top of the first inning for the visiting Sod Poodles. And so far, we're going to have a good night. Well, we'll take you downstairs as we present you tonight's broadcast. And so far, as we go through this series, the flags are going to be out. Just a beautiful display for the 4th of July. This will be the first time we're doing this on a broadcast. But anyway, the second of the 6-game series here in San Antonio. Left-hander Jagger Haynes is on the mound for San Antonio as he'll get the start. And what do we know about him, Bob? He's got a finesse of pitches. Boy, you can see this guy. 95 on that four-seam fastball for strikes. That is right. Jack Hurley, the first batter up for Amarillo, getting set to go. And we are about ready to play baseball here in San Antonio. 3 magic words, let's play ball. And here is the first pitch by Jagger Haynes, and we are underway. 7:37 here tonight. Sorry if we are tardy for the live stream, but most evidently we are here now, ready to go. That slider is out of play, foul as it's ricocheted off the bat of Hurley. Well, so far, a new night, which means a new night for these two teams here tonight and everybody else in the Texas League. That one out of play, foul, still hanging on, 0-2. Got a good crowd here tonight, right, Bob? Yeah, Johnny, we do. We'll go ahead and see if there's some Texas League scores here tonight. And a right there swing and a miss, and he goes down on strikes. And that is out number 1. Go ahead and give you the visiting Amarillo starting lineup. Charlie Ortiz already will lead it off. Pena, Waldschmidt, Vukovic, Fernandez, Luis, and Serta rounded out for the Sod Poodles here this evening. Angel Ortiz, the right fielder, coming in now as he's set to go. And he blistered that one. That is high. That one is gone. And Amarillo, like yesterday, puts that out of the wall. Out of the ballpark, I should say. And it's now a 1-0 lead for the Sod Poodles. Boy, tell you one thing, they're getting pretty good on these line drive base hits. We've seen it yesterday. So far, pretty good. Well, top of the 3rd inning there in Frisco as Midland trailing that 1 run. The Rough Riders are in front of that game. Northwest Arkansas leading Corpus Christi there at Riverboat Field in North Little Rock, Arkansas.
Ball 1.
Boy, that's an automatic ball. Is that 1-1? 1 ball and 1 strike the count now. And here is the 1-1 offering. And that is in for a strike. And it's 1-2. Well, to tell you one thing, in a few days from now, July 6th, on that day, 1988, was when Short Circuit 2 released to all theaters. That's a classic movie, wasn't it, Bob? Oh yeah, I remember. I was in that movie theater with my parents during that time. And was that theater packed? Oh yeah. There was a lot of fans that loved that movie.
Yep.
They had t-shirts, they had paraphernalia, they had all types of stuff. Manuel Pena coming in as he takes a strike inside as the count now 0-2. So on Sunday, not only will we have fireworks, we'll also celebrate Short Circuit 2 Day. Ooh, that's even better. That one is high fly in the air straight away. Left field, Kai Murphy in front of it. Makes the play and the half inning over. This one straight away by Angel Ortiz as he powers that one to straightaway right field. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left for Amarillo. And we head to the bottom of the 1st. San Antonio coming to bat right after these messages. About set to go for the bottom of the first right now on the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Right-hander Dylan Ray is getting on the mound now for Amarillo. As we look at him, his scouting report says it all. 4-seam slider, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. We'll get the start here in Game 2 for the Sod Poodles here this evening. We'll lean it off for the bottom of the first inning for the good guys. Here's a shortstop, Luis Verdugo. And here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be a ground ball straight away short. And that would be out number 1. So that evidently was a costly play for the first out, but many more outs to do as we go through the evening. San Antonio starting lineups look like this on the side of your screen. So far, everybody look like they're well organized tonight after last night's loss. Here's center fielder Kai Roberts as he comes in. So after today, it will be 10 games left. So in the first half, especially after tonight, it will be only 4 more with the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Here's the 0-1, and that one's a ground ball. Misplayed it right there, and the first baseman takes it himself, and that is out number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the half inning. Here is the catcher, Ethan Salas. The Sod Poodles are well organized in like they were last night. But most evidently, as they traveled to San Antonio, they got well organized with that 13-9 victory last night. And that's going to get right there, and that one is gone. San Antonio catcher Ethan Salas. And we are tied. Boy, and the home crowd going nuts on that one. Now hopefully trying to get into a win-win situation for the boys tonight. Boy, and so far that to straightaway close to right center field, but most evidently a pretty good shot right there by our camera crews. That one right there straight away, misplayed. And that's not going to get enough to beat them, so that will go down as a E4, a base hit. So Sanabria is going to reach on the error. And by golly, the first one for Amarillo tonight is getting that error on the second baseman. Ouch. Oh, you don't see that every day there, Johnny. No, you do not. And that's going to be right there, but up to second. And the error does not come back to haunt them. And that will be the side retired. So 1 home run on 1 hit, 1 error for Amarillo. And we head to the second inning. It is 1-1 tie as we head to the second. Ryan Walschmidt is coming in for the Sod Poodles when we come back. Bounce at the goal for the top half of the second inning for Amarillo right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Ryan Waldschmidt coming in. 5-6-7 due up in the half inning.
Ball.
As that one is down and outside, is 1 ball and no strikes. Tulsa, top of the third inning, leads Wichita 5-0. Arkansas leading Springfield by 1-0, top of 3. Northwest Arkansas leading Corpus Christi 2-0, bottom of the third.
Ball.
They're at their ballpark in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Pretty good to see Riverboat Field. Maybe we'll get to go there next year. We'll see.
Ball.
And that one is downstairs. The count now 3-0. AJ Vukovic coming in now as he awaits on deck. The Sod Poodles.
Strike.
And that one is in for the called strike, and it's 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike, and here is the pitch. And that is a swing and a miss. Boy, ugly as it came. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. And here is the pitch, and that one is going to get crushed. Right there, as that's going to be their second home run by Ryan Waldschmidt as he gets his first one, and now they'll push up 2-1. Boy, tell you one thing, getting pretty interesting as we all look at it. Boy, tell you one thing there, Johnny. He coming in pretty good here in this one. That is for sure there, Bobby. 447 over 100% on the exit velocity. Now Amarillo will lead this game 2-1 here in this one. So AJ Vukovic will be the leadoff man as he'll come in. No balls and 1 strike. Amarillo 2, San Antonio 1 here in this game. Wind up and the pitch, and that one is in for the called strike. And it is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be right there up to right field, and that is through for the base hit. Jeez Louise. First they give up a home run, now they give up a single. Is it going to be a repeat of it was last night? Because it sure looks like it's heading into that direction. Well, I don't know there, Bobby. We'll have to see what goes on in this one. Jagger Haynes has a lot of time to prove himself, especially in front of that manager and the pitching coach and all of that dugout. Well, I got to say, let's hope he can prove his worth here tonight in this one. Shortstop Jose Fernandez coming in now, a double play possibility. That one hit out of play foul, and the count now 0-2. Well, kids have 1 more month of being out of school, and so far the new school season starts in August. So hope y'all enjoy this time off wisely, as you know, the open enrollment and registrations will starting in this month, but evidently it will start middle half of the month. You thinking the 14th or 15th is when it'll start? Well, I probably think you're right about that. Janzel Lewis coming in, and that's going to be right there. The second for 1. Taco Bell double play, and that ends that inning. Boy, what a way to get that one going, but Amarillo will strike on a home run, and the Sod Poodles will lead it. It's 2-1. Well, Albert Fabian, the next man, will lead it off for the bottom of 2 when we come back here in San Antonio. It's 2-1 Sod Poodles. Well, just about set to go for the bottom of the second right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Albert Fabian leading it off. And that one, first pitch high, is gone. And boy, tell you one thing, that right there puts that out of here. And now we are tied for this third time of the evening. And now it's 2-2. Well, San Antonio doing pretty good as they continue this catch-up race. Yeah, for sure. On the Military Appreciation Night, that one for our military. A lot of military members joining into this ball game, and so far every Military Appreciation Day on this season is always considered a day where we serve our military men and women and those that are continuing to serve. Those that can't be here, well, just know that you're never forgotten as and continue on this one. Kai Murphy coming in now as he'll lead it off. Getting set to go, and ready or not, here's the pitch. And that one's going to be high in the air, and that's going to get down for the base hit. Going to first, going to second, and he's going to chug. He's going to third, and he is safely there to third on a one-out triple. By golly, this guy can run. Man, that's going to make the dugout feel happy tonight. Yeah, you see them guys out there in the dugout? They're like little kids in candy stores, uh-huh. Oh, ha-ha, you're funny there, Bobby. Boy, that Rosbon Verdugo can run really fast. Now he's up to third safely. And now here is Marcos Castañon. And right there, straight away, base hit, and San Antonio takes the lead. The RBI single scores in Rosman Verdugo as he goes home. And now it's a 3-2 ball game. Boy, what a clean base hit for this guy right here. And so far, I gotta say, he's doing pretty good. Hey, for sure. Well, here is Luis Verdugo as he comes in. No, actually, that scores in Kai Murphy, because Kai Murphy hit that home run. Marcos Castañon brought him home. So, excuse me. That is high pop up straightaway center. And that is out number 2. Center fielder Kai Roberts comes in. And here's the pitch. Ooh, ouch. Well, that got him. A big comebacker, but they keep him in as he got drilled by that baseball. So far, that will be the side retired. So 2 innings, but San Antonio comes back and takes 2 more runs after 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 1 left. We go to the third. San Antonio leads it 3-2. Well, just about set to go for the top half of the third. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bob, and we welcome you to the third. Christian Serta to lead it off, 9-1-2 against Jagger Haynes. As we get ready to go. That one squared high in the air, straight away. Up to right fielder is Braden Carpathios, as he'll make the play for the out.
Now batting, center fielder, number 6.
Well, that'll bring in the center fielder, Jack Hurley, as he comes in. 0 for 1, a strikeout. Northwest Arkansas leading 3-0 against Corpus Christi there at Riverboat Field in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Arkansas leading Springfield, still a 1-0 lead there in Springfield. Here's the 0-1, and that one is going to be foul, and the count now 0-2. Boy, Midland having a pretty good time getting in and getting set to go in this one. And here's the pitch. And that one is foul. And the count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch right there and now to play. Here's the 0-2 offering. And that one fouled off.
Ball, no.
Well, that's an automatic pitch clock violation as he waited for too long. And here's 1-2. That one right there goes to Sanabria. He takes it himself. And that is out number 2.
Right fielder, number 3.
Arkansas getting a run, 2-0. Well, the Rough Riders win it last night. And we'll give you final scores of last evening. Angel Ortiz coming in, and here's the pitch to him, and that's going to be foul. The count now 0-1. You know, we forgot to do that during the start of this broadcast. But Tulsa through 10 wins it against Wichita 11-8. Arkansas beats Springfield 8-7. Amarillo gets San Antonio 13-9. Corpus Christi 8-3 in the final, and then the Rough Riders win it by a strikeout 7-6. Well, we're 3.5 as we get ready, but San Antonio continues to lead it 3-2 here in this game. Leading it off for San Antonio, Ethan Salas comes in and hits that one out of play, and the count now 0-1.
No.
That one is outside. The count now 1-1. Right there, the count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that one's going to be lofted high in the air. Boy, that is struck really good. It is gone. And San Antonio, again, for the second time tonight, Ethan Salas gets a home run. Boy, he's going to make that manager happy tonight. I don't imagine if he's going to do that, he makes manager put a smile on his face. Yeah, he sure did. Well, here is Romeo Sanabria as he comes in. And that's in for a strike. The count now 0-1. Boy, he reached on that E4 on 0 for 1. Well, San Antonio leading it 4-2 here tonight. Boy, Ethan Salas, 2 runs for him. for San Antonio, and that's going to be really good. That one right to center field and caught for the out, and there's one down.
Now batting, right fielder, number 22.
You know, tonight being that new night of seeing these teams come into the action, well, the Rockhounds doing pretty good, and
That's a strike.
so far last night, some team member got injured for the Rockhounds, and we definitely have to take a look to see who that was. But the Frisco Rough Riders most evidently posted that last night, and our hearts are with Ryan Lasco and the Midland Rockhounds.
Designated hitter.
And reading the comments, praying that he's okay, watching his parents run into the field, pulled at my heartstrings. Jeez. So Ryan Lasco, boy, tell you one thing, he got into a serious injury. And we don't know what had happened, but we'd have to go back to yesterday. And that will pretty much do for this half inning. But Ethan Salas getting his second one of the night and puts the team up to now 2 runs. And we are going to the 4th inning, and it is a 4-2 ball game. Well, we are about set to go for the top half of the 4th inning right now for the Amarillo Sod Poodles, the San Antonio Missions Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. Danny Soretti coming in is 0 for 1. Boy, tell you one thing, Ryan Lasco now getting on the injured list after a play. Here's the 0-1. And that one is inside for the changeup. It's 0-2. But so far, we can't really review any footage. I mean, evidently, we would have to see what was going on.
No.
So far as he was in that horrible, horrible incident there at Statesman's Park. Well, they wheeled him off the field, and so far, watching his parents run onto the field, his mom was holding it together like it was the hardest thing to watch. He did give a thumbs up while being wheeled off the field, so that was a good sign. So hopefully Ryan Lasco should be back on with the Midland Rockhounds. Hopefully soon. They'll keep us updated on that, but thoughts and prayers at this time for the whole Texas League family. San Antonio, Corpus Christi, Midland, Frisco, Amarillo. Wichita, Northwest Arkansas, Arkansas, Tulsa, and Springfield will keep everybody in the prayers for Ryan Lasko and his family. Well, right there, Soretti is in for that base hit. And so far, pretty good on that. Did I say Amarillo? I sure hope I did say Amarillo as I was going through the teams one at a time. I think you did there, John.
Yeah.
All the Texas League will remember what happened last night there in Frisco. You know, Rockhounds, boy, they lost a pretty good outfielder as he got a hit. And, boy, I tell you one thing, it's kind of rough when you see a prospect going down like that. And it was like what happened with Francisco Acuna here for the San Antonio Missions. During that second game of the 6-game series, he was injured. And so far, because of the ankle injury, it puts him out all of April, May, June, July. So hopefully he'll be back with the team by next month to get things going. That is for sure. And that's going to be right there, high in the air. And, boy, that's going to carry, and that's going to get into a base hit. And now that's going to bring all the way home from first. And that will bring in the run. Now the tying run for Amarillo just sits 90 feet away. Only one out here in the inning. But so far, our thoughts and prayers to Ryan during this time. And, you know, continuous recovery efforts for Francisco Acuna as he's still out on the injury. A.J. Vukovic coming in as he hits that one high in the air. And that's going to get down, and that will tie up the ball game. And now it's 4-4. So that'll be a RBI double by Vukovic as it ties up the ball game. And here in San Antonio, it's tied ball game again. He is gone now. Nothing to bring it back except get 2 new runs or 3 new runs or however many runs you're going to get. But, you know, San Antonio could try to get things going here in this one. That is for sure. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the windup and delivery, and that is out of play, foul. And the count now at 1-1. Boy, we got a beautiful sunset going on tonight, and as you may know, partly cloudy, hot. And so far, kids out of school for at least 1 more month. I bet you they're happy about that. Summer vacation going on still. And that is out number 2. Boy, a pretty good strikeout right there, the 4th one, and there's 2 down. Well, let's hope San Antonio can get out of the half inning and hopefully no more runs come in. Well, have to admit that they're getting pretty good, and especially through the start of this series, they have really showed the great expectations what they could do with the. That one drilled high in the air, up to left field. Ty Murphy under it. Makes the play, and that's the half inning. But 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 1. And we go now to the bottom of the 4th, and we are deadlocked 4-4. We're about set to go as Rosman Verdugo comes in next for San Antonio. Right when we come back. about ready for the next half inning here on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, thank you there, Johnny, and so far, welcome in back to the ball game as we'll lead it off in the bottom of the fourth. The bottom half of the lineup, starting off with Rosamond Verdugo getting set to go. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That one is a swing and a miss, and the count now 0-2. Boy, just tell you one thing. You know, when you're chasing them fastballs there, Johnny, it tells you one thing. You got to learn plate discipline as it already is. That is for sure there, Bobby. I tell you one thing. You got to learn to command that discipline, like you said. That one driven up nicely. That is deep, high in the air, and gone. And San Antonio unties it again, fourth time in a row. And Rosamond Verdugo gets one. And pretty good as what we're seeing here tonight there, Johnny. Yeah, sure is. Oh, pretty good right there. Boy, and you look at them clouds, they are just beautiful. Orange and blue combined, it's great colors. That one is right there, and that's going to get the first, and the first baseman steps on the bag. And that is out number one. Dylan Ray doing pretty decent here tonight. Four-seam on the 55% usage of his fastball tonight. We got to say, pretty good for him as he gets going here tonight for Amarillo. Marcos Castañon coming in. Hits that one high in the air, straightaway right field, and that is going to be out number two. Well, I tell you one thing, getting pretty interesting how San Antonio just holds up one run, and they're trying to get some more to go in this half inning. Well, nobody on, two down here in the bottom of the fourth, and that one is going to be a high one. The count now 1-0. Don't forget tomorrow, Flying Chocolate's return for the first and second. So we'll have Thursday and Friday, so you get to see them two more times left of this first half season. That one is drilled nicely, high in the air, straight away. And that's going to carry well, and it's off the wall. And right there is the Luis Verdugo as he'll coast into second. And that is going to be double meat cheeseburger coupons courtesy of Whataburger. Man, pretty good right there as they get going for that here in San Antonio. Yeah, Bobby, I got to say, it's always a good thing when you see these boys come in and ready to play as normal. That one going to be foul, and the count now 0-1. 0 for 2 and 2 groundouts. San Antonio has another runner out there in scoring position as we speak. And that's going to be high in the air. And boy, they're going to chase it down. They can't catch up to it. So the run in to score and make it a 6-4 San Antonio lead. Now they will get back the 2 runs that they gave up earlier. So, wow, it's like a foot race. Well, you could call it that there, Bobby. Well, here is Ethan Salas, and 2 times tonight, this guy has hit 1 home run and then a secondary home run. And boy, there it is. You can see this guy really hitting really good. Ethan Salas coming in as he gets going. A 2 for 2. And hopefully trying to hit a 3rd home run tonight, which that would be pretty interesting. But that will do as we conclude the half inning as it goes a straightaway right field for the final out. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 5th inning coming up. San Antonio leads it 6-4. Christian Serta will lead it off for Amarillo when we come back here in this one. Well, just about set to go for the top of the fifth inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you there, Bobby. And leading it off, Christian Serta is first pitch thrown in for a cold strike. Underway of this top half of 5 here in San Antonio. Here's the pitch. And that one is got high in the air, straightaway up to left field, and that is out number 1. Make sure you guys cool down on this hot day, because I tell you one thing, we do have the lazy river out there. And make sure you guys come on in and get in that thing. You could go swimming, you could chill out, you could watch the ball game from left field, which that's pretty good. Right to the wall is center fielder Ty Roberts as he runs it down. Yeah. And boy, what a play that was. Well, I'll tell you one thing there, Johnny. He really had that ball. That one is high in the air, straight away up to Braden Carpathios. And that's a 1-2-3 half inning. Well, no runs hit to Rivers and nobody left on this half inning. And we are 5.5 here tonight, with San Antonio leading at 6-4. Avery Short, a left-hander coming in now, is a 4-seam slider, curveball, a changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. Getting ready to go for Amarillo as he's on the mound. Here is Romeo Sanabria, the first baseman, 0 for 2, and a fly out here tonight. We lead it off here in the bottom of 5. Boy, right there. And that is through for the base hit. And I tell you one thing there, Bobby. That first baseman missed it right there.
Yeah, he sure did.
Right there, the straightaway right. Was that base hit really good and inside? That one is high in the air, straight away, center field. And that is out number 1. Well, Midland leading 6-1 against the Rough Riders. They are bottom of the 5th inning. Arkansas leading 4-0 against Springfield. Boy, Tulsa lead a bunch by Wichita. Drillers 8-1 in the top of the 5th inning. And that one is going to be inside for a strike, and the count now 0-1. Goldrake and Philip Abner coming in now as they'll start warm-up tosses in the Amarillo bullpen. That one is going to be drilled high in the air straight away, and that one is gone. And that's a moonshot. Boy, make the crowd go crazy tonight here in San Antonio. Well, now it is 8-4 here in this one. Missions are trying to come back after the loss last night, and so far it's going to be a pretty good one to watch and see what happens here tonight. But you look at it, 359 foot. So far just a pretty good one as we go here in this one. Here's the windup and the pitch to Rosemond Verdugo, 1 for 2, solo shot to the 4th inning. Boy, tell you one thing, pretty good here tonight. 8-4 San Antonio. The bottom of the 5th inning, 2 more runs in this half inning. That one to straight away. And they got him by a step. And it's 2 down. Boy, if San Antonio can hold down these 4 runs and they could get more in the later innings, that will be enough to propel them to the W here tonight. You're not wrong about that there, Bobby. It sure would. They need it after last night. Now and high in the air straight away. Up to... Boy, that one's gone. And looky there. I thought that was going to straightaway center for an out, but that is carrying. The wind is good here tonight. And so far, it's a 5-run lead for San Antonio. 423 foot over a 97.3 on the exit velocity. Well, here comes the manager, as so far that's going to do for this guy in relief, and so far that will do here in this one.
Now pitching.
Sod Poodles left-hander Goldrake on the mound now, as he'll come in for Amarillo, and that is a 4-seam 12-6 curve, slider, circle change, and sinker getting in for the Sod Poodles here tonight. Marcos Castañon, the first man to greet him up here, as they'll take a ball outside as the count now 1-0. 1 for 2, an RBI single in the 2nd inning to Castañon. Northwest Arkansas still holding that good lead against Corpus Christi tonight. Well, while we are here taking on Amarillo in our homestand, Northwest Arkansas takes on Corpus Christi. And that is right there for the out. And finally, the side retired. Well, 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and nobody left on as we head to the 6th inning. San Antonio up in front by 5. That's 9-4. Well, we'll go ahead and give you the early recaps of tonight's ball game, and so far, I gotta say, just a pretty good one as we all look at it. Yeah, I gotta say, Johnny, things are turning out really good for San Antonio, up by 5, and so far, they are doing really good in this one. They are. Well, a mission's victory would be a victory for the military. I mean, that would be pretty good here in this one. We give you line look scores, and so far as we look, boy, San Antonio doing really well here tonight. They had 3 runs in the bottom half of the 5th inning, and so far many more runs coming in as well to continue this one. That one is a line drive. That's a base hit. So far, San Antonio is not going down tonight. I could tell because that gave them a little observation of what happened last night. Yeah, I got to say there, Johnny, it was hard to see that last night, but fans there in Amarillo sure enjoyed that victory. Yeah, they sure did. Wateridge Field, downtown Amarillo, was watching that ball game. Yeah, they sure were. High in the air, straight away, up to the right field area is Sanabria, as he'll catch that in foul territory. And there is one down. Well, that'll bring up the next batter up. That is Ryan Waldschmidt, 2 for 2. Triple RBI and 2 runs by a home run, which that is pretty good. Rockhounds lead 6-3 there at Statesman's Park against the Frisco Rough Riders. It's a pretty good night here in the Texas League. But all of us keep in mind of what happened to a prospect there in the Rockhounds territory. And so far, just a sad time that goes on as one of the Rockhounds was injured. But so far, our thoughts are prayers to everybody out there in Frisco tonight. Here is the 0-2 offering, and that one's going to be right there. And that'll get down up to the right field area. That could be extra bases. And that's going to be a run in to score. And now Amarillo trails this lead 4 runs. Now making it a 5-9 ball game. Boy, tell you one thing, it's getting pretty interesting against these 2 ball clubs. Boy, tell you one thing, the Frisco and Amarillo, Arkansas and Tulsa have punched their tickets to getting into the playoff spot as those 4 teams clinched the playoff spot. Well, that's pretty good. And so far for the 6 that don't make it to the Texas League playoff rounds, oh, gotta say it's gonna be sad after that last day in September. Well, that is right. September 13th will be the last ever day of the regular season, and that's when San Antonio will finish it up in Amarillo. The 0-2. High in the air, straight away. Up to center field, and that does not move the runner from second. But anyway, as of last year, boy, Springfield beating Midland out of that playoff. I tell you one thing, we were watching it on the go, and we commentated those games. We went to Springfield for 1 and Midland for 2. Here's the pitch to Jose Fernandez as he'll take that one in for a strike. And the count now at 0-1. Here's a windup and a pitch. And that one is in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, 9-15. That is September 15th. Second half champion. And the 17th and 18th of September will be the second half champion. So best of 3 to the Texas League South Championship Series. That one's going to be right there, and that's going to fall down for that base hit. And so far, they'll give the ball back to the second baseman as he'll cover that bag. no advance from first to second, making sure quick work of that. Well, it's 9-6 here in this ball game as Jose Fernandez draws in that RBI single. And that's going to be high in the inside, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Well, 7 and 8 runners on for Amarillo as they come in. Well, and to tell you one thing there, Bobby, this half inning gets pretty good.
Yeah, sure does. 2 outs, 1 more to get. And so far, that's pretty much going to be it for the starter, for Jagger Haynes.
Indeed it is there, Bobby. Well, Haynes is being relieved out of this ball game, and so far San Antonio holding a pretty good grim lead. Right-hander Dyson Acosta coming in now for San Antonio as he'll get on the mound. Boy, to tell you one thing, pretty good. And hopefully, we hope and pray that things will be better. I mean, for Frisco Acuna to come back and get things going. I mean, right there up to right field, and that will do it. So a couple of runs come in across the score on a couple of hits. They leave 2 to the 6. San Antonio leads it 9-6. We all set to go here is the shortstop Luis Verdugo as he's ready to go. So far on this Wednesday night, always good. High in the air, straight away up to right field, and that is up to the right fielder as he'll make the play for the outs.
Now batting. Center fielder.
That'll bring in the center fielder Kai Roberts as he comes in. RBI double in the fourth is 1 for 3. Boy, tell you one thing, Wichita trying to come back. They'll trail 5 runs against Tulsa. Grant Holman and Philip Abner getting in as a righty and a lefty gets a loose out there in the bullpen. And anyway, a pretty good one. And that one is out in the count now, 2-1. No, the last 3 months here, this baseball field, gonna be pretty good. That's gonna be right there. And that will get down for a line drive. That's a base hit. Going to first, going to second, and he's gonna have a stand-up double, Kai Roberts. Man, and this guy can really hit a baseball, I tell you. Well, that is a pretty good line drive triple. 1 man down, and now the 10th run for San Antonio just hits 90 feet away. But yeah, I tell you one thing, it's pretty good to see what happens and stuff.
Ball outside.
Well, that one is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Ethan Salas. He had 2 home runs and 2 runs for him, 2 for 3. Make it a 3 for 3 if he can hit 1 out of this ballpark for a 3rd time tonight. And that's going to be right there, liner straight away, and that will get through. He brings in the run, and here he comes to the second base area. Now it's 10-6. Boy, pretty good baseball we're getting here in San Antonio, right, Bob? Right, John? Was you about to call me Bob? How dare you? Oh, sorry there, Johnny. My name's Bob, your name's Johnny. That's what I thought you said there, buddy. Yeah, what if my name was Johnny and yours was Bobby? What up there, Bobby? You're funny. Romeo Sanabria coming in as a first baseman, 1 for 3, a single. But you know, I tell you one thing, 3 more months left in this ballpark, I tell you. We just can't wait for the 2027 season to come. Yeah, well, wait till this season finishes up, and then you can have that wishful thinking all you want right there. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm getting too far ahead of myself, ain't I? No kidding. That one's going to be high in the air straight away, going back. And here comes the runner. And he'll coast into third safely on a stolen base.
Right fielder, number
As now San Antonio's 11th run is 90 feet away. Braden Carpathios could get that base hit and hopefully get something going. Yeah. And right there, that's a base hit. Oh my goodness, I think you're haunted. Well, didn't I say that the 11th run was going to come in? No. Well, evidently it sure did, because all it needed was one base hit. That's all it was. Albert Fabian coming in. And that one's going to be right down as that hugs down the line. And here he comes to the plate. No time, as that will be a double for Albert Fabian.
baseman, number 30.
Man, I tell you one thing, the Sod Poodles getting outbeat tonight. That was their 15th hit of the night. Well, so far that will pretty much do for this guy, as he is out of the ball game, and now they're going to turn it to a new reliever coming up here in this one.
Pitching.
Philip Abner, a left-hander, is on the mound now for Amarillo. ERA 491. A 400, a 300 over the average of right-hand to left-hand batters is coming in here tonight for Amarillo. Leading it off for San Antonio, Rosemond Verdugo, and that's going to get down for the base hit. 1 run scores, 2 runs come in, and that will make it a 2-run single for Verdugo. Man, and San Antonio doing pretty good. They're treating them to baseball here tonight. Man, and I tell you one thing there, Bobby, things getting pretty spicy here in San Antonio. Yeah, they sure are there, Johnny. And that's going to be right there and in for the cold strike. It's 0-1 to Kai Murphy. Pretty good night for the Missions here tonight. They need this victory and hopefully try to get more runs as we proceed through the next couple of innings. Oh, that is for sure. That's right there, high in the air, and that does it. Boy, 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. And we now head to the 7th inning. San Antonio leads it 13-6. Well, we'll take a breather break as we'll head to the 7th. Jack Hurley will lead it off for Amarillo when we come back here this evening.
Well, we're top half of the seventh inning here tonight as we get ready to go. Jack Hurley coming in. Here is John Baker to lead us off here in this one. Thank you there, Bob. And so far, a pretty good night here in San Antonio. The Mission's up 13-6. And boy, they are leading it pretty good here tonight. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to be out of play, foul. And the count now 0-2. Amarillo looks like they're getting a good sweet taste of their medicine tonight. And right there, a called third strike, and that is out number one. Here is right fielder Angel Ortiz, 1 for 3, a solo shot. Boy, Springfield trying to get back in it as they trail Arkansas 4-2. That one out of play, and the count now 0-1. But yes, to tell you one thing, that Monday, July 6th, will be the day. 40 years ago, it would be Short Circuit's 40th anniversary. Boy, tell you one thing, that movie never gets old. I've actually watched it during the evening. Well, watch the second film, which that right there is pretty good. And that's going to bring up Danny Soretti as he comes in. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be right there and out of play, foul. And the count now at 0-1. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that's going to be in for a strike. And the count now at 0-2. Here's the 0-2 offering. That one high in the air and up to center field Kai Roberts as he'll make the play. And that ends the half inning. Well, we go into the seventh inning stretch. San Antonio leads it 13-6. Well, we're about set to go as Marcos Castañon will lead it when we come back here in this one. Well, hope you all had a pretty good seventh inning stretch. We are now getting into the bottom of seven right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Boy, nighttime starting to take full effect here as we bring you this one, and that one's going to be high fly in the air, and that one's going to hit the wall. And he's going to second, and he is out at second, trying to stretch it to a double. Boy, tell you one thing, not a very smart move for Marcos Castañon. Just trying to get on for that double. That one line drive, that is a base hit. We go to the top of the San Antonio lineup here in this one. Well, Tulsa continues their lead 8-3, top of the seventh inning. Not a lot of score changes, but we'll go ahead and give it to you. Tulsa is 8-3 against Wichita. It is Arkansas 4-2. San Antonio 13-6. Northwest Arkansas 3-0 against Corpus Christi. Midland 6-3 there at Statesman's Park against Frisco. And right there in the end for a cold strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now here in this game. And the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be right there. Line drive, base hit to right. And boy, they are just coming in and getting pretty good at it too. Yeah, for sure there, Johnny. This team is coming in and they are mad like they should have been last night. But all-knowingly, they're coming back and getting things going here this evening. Yeah, they sure are. Ethan Salas coming in now. It's an account now, 0-1. And that's a swing and a miss. And the count now, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes, and that's a called third strike as they got him looking. And that is out number 2. Now here comes the manager, as that's going to do for Philip Abner. Getting in for Amarillo, but most evidently Juan Burgos coming in now as he'll be the right-hander in relief now. 608 over 250 and 333 between the averages of what he's got. Here is Romeo Sanabria. Burgos now pitching for Amarillo, coming into the ball game. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there, high in the air, and up to the right field area, as that will do. The half inning comes to a close. Well, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for San Antonio, as we head now to the top half of the 8th, and it is 13-6. Manuel Pena coming in now as we welcome you back. Middle half of the order here for Amarillo. And that one is going to be in for a ball. The count now 1-0. 4,515 in tonight's game. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that one is going to be popped foul, and it's not 1-1. Boy, to tell you one thing, that's getting pretty interesting. Right there, picked up by Castañon, right to Sanabria, and that is out number 1.
Number 21.
Ryan Walschmidt 3 for 3. And right there, the count now 0-1. And here is the pitch. And that one is out of play, and the count now 0-2. balls, 2 strikes. Right there, and that one goes right to Sanabria as he'll pick that one up
Now batting.
for out number 2.
Number 33.
So pretty good one. Here is A.J. Vukovic as he comes in and he hits that one out of play up to the right field area for a base hit.
Now batting. Shortstop.
Boy, getting pretty good as he comes in and gets something going for Amarillo. Here's Jose Fernandez.
No.
One ball, no strikes.
Ball. No, that's it.
And that one is outside, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes.
Hey.
And that is right there inside, and the count now 2-1. Boy, this game almost coming to a close here tonight on Military Appreciation Night Wednesday. High in the air, and that one is going out of foul, and the count now still holding 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one right there hit the Sanabria, and that will be out number 3. The side is retired. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left for Amarillo. Bottom of the 8th coming up. San Antonio leads it 13-6. So we'll take a quick breather as we get going as Braden Carpathios leads it for San Antonio when we come back. Well, we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Braden Carpathios, the next batter up for San Antonio, hits a ground ball straight to second, and in time, out number 1.
Now batting. Designated hitter.
Boy, one
Number
quick pitch, 1 out, and that most definitely does it right there for Braden Carpathios in this one. That is for sure. Here is Albert Fabian. Fabian coming in, set to go. Wind up and the pitch. And that one straightaway center. It is pelted high, deep, gone. Holy mackerel. The 14th run for San Antonio comes in. That is the third run, the third home run for Albert Fabian tonight. Jeez Louise. And these missions are getting pretty good. Yeah, they definitely are there, Bob. They got to continue this momentum and bring it on towards the sod Poodles. Now here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there. Liner straight away up to right field, through for a hit. Boy, so far getting pretty good in this one. New score, San Antonio 14-6 against Amarillo. Here is Kai Murphy. Boy, beautiful night, but yeah, the clouds really made a resemblance with the sunset we had here tonight. Yep, 2 for 4, home run, triple, RBI, and 2 runs tonight for San Antonio.
Ball, no.
And that is going to be in the count now, 1-1. Well, tomorrow we'll see the Missions being in their chanclas gear. So far for the first and second time to the last time of this homestand and first half of the season. Boy, and I tell you one thing, after tonight, we are down to our final 10 games of the first half. Marcos Castañon, the second baseman, coming in as 2 for 4. But I tell you one thing, we will meet each other again when we start a 9-game homestand. That's a leadoff 3 with Corpus Christi and 6 with Frisco. So, yes, we won't be gone for too long, just 4 days. Right there as they'll put them out, and that will end the half inning. So that right there will pretty much do. So that will be the side retired. Well, 1 run. This one courtesy of Albert Fabian getting his 3rd home run of the night. And that puts San Antonio to the lead, 14-6. We're back for more Missions baseball. Top of the 9th inning set for Amarillo when we come back.
Well, this broadcast is brought to you in part by our friends there at KKYX. For more, join us. Yeah, join us here at Wolf Stadium this season as we continue onward here in this one. KKYX, a proud sponsor of Missions Baseball. And for more, tune in on the radio to KKYX 101.4 here in this one. Well, leading it off for Amarillo is Denzel Lewis. John Baker, take it away as we get ready to go.
Thank you there, Bob. 14-6 our score here tonight in San Antonio. 3 outs to do. And here is the pitch. That one is down and outside as 1 ball and no strikes. San Antonio and Amarillo could have a tight series after this game tonight. Sod Poodles winning last night 13-9. Now San Antonio coming in from behind. And a 1-1 offering, and that one is outside, and the count now 2-1. Well, Corpus Christi leading 4-3. Top half of the 8th inning there at Riverboat Field. Midland still leads the Rough Riders 6-3, bottom of 7. And that one is going to be a swing and a miss. The count now at 2-2. Arkansas lead 4-2 against Springfield, bottom of 7. And it's Tulsa leading 10-3 against the Wichita Wind Surge, top of the 8th inning there at beautiful Porch Stadium. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's going to be right there. Stopped by Rosemond Verdugo. Throws down to Sanabria. And in time for the out. And there is 1 down. Boy, terrific play by Rosemond Verdugo as he had to throw across the diamond to Sanabria.
Ball.
And here is Christian Serta. 2 outs left for Amarillo. 0 for 3, a fly out in the 3rd to the Amarillo catcher, Christian Serta. Wind up and the pitch. That one is yanked foul, and the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. And that one is out of play. Again, it sends it foul. One and 2. And that one is high flying in the air, straight away. And up to the left field area as Kai Murphy gets it for out number 2. Man, only 1 out remaining for Amarillo, and here he is. The leadoff batter, Jack Hurley, comes in. Boy, now Springfield and Arkansas tied 4-4 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Looks like the Cardinals hit a 2-run shot, which that right there is pretty good. Here's the 0-1. And right there in the count now, 0-2. And down against it is their final strike here tonight. San Antonio leading 14-6 here in this one. And that one's going to be right there. And that's going to be to the left fielder for the base hit coming in. By golly, I tell you, getting pretty good on the hitting for the leadoff batter. For sure. Dyson Acosta trying to get the final out of the half inning.
Yeah.
As that's taken inside a strike, and it's 0-1. 1 for 4. Solo home run in the 1st inning. Boy, and I tell you one thing, it will be a tied series here tonight. That one fouls off, and now again, we go 0-2 one more time. Here is the pitch, and that one is yanked out of play, foul. I'll tell you one thing as we look at it. 6-12, 1-5 for Amarillo. So, yeah, we got to go back and look at that and just see what we got. So, 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch clock violation. I'm going to tell you one thing. Where was that at? Was it right there? He fouls that one off. Here's a 1-2 offering, and that is going to be high fly and out of play. Oh, there it is. So Amarillo, 6 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, 5 left on. And for San Antonio, 14, 21, no errors, and 7 left on. And that one crushed. Deep to right field, it is gone. Now Amarillo trying to get back in this one. Angel Ortiz hits 2 out of here. Man, and I tell you one thing, they are not going quietly in this ball game. No, they are not there, Bob. They're trying to pick up another win as they did last night. But the impossible thing is they can always get one more out, and that would be the ball game for Amarillo. Yeah, I got to say there, Johnny, it's getting pretty interesting, as I said before tonight, but also a pretty good one. Here is Danny Soretti as he comes in. That one out of play, and the count now 0-1. San Antonio 14, Amarillo 8. Top half of the 9th inning here in San Antonio. 2 outs and nobody on. That one yanked foul, and for the 3rd time we go 0-2 here in this one. The payoff pitch, and that one is gone. And that is out of here, no doubt about it. And that is the 3rd run for Amarillo tonight, as they come in and they take it. Now it's 9-14. By golly, and they are not going down without a fight tonight. No, they are not. They're going to continue to fight until they get up to San Antonio's 14 runs here in this one. Well, Dyson Acosta looks like he will be done, and so far Sean Boyle will be next up for San Antonio. Well, only one more out here in this ball game, and so far it takes a lot to try to get in and try to win this thing. Yeah, for sure there, Johnny.
Number 96.
Well, now pitching is number 96, Sean Boyle, as he comes in and tries to get the save situation. But evidently things looking pretty good for this guy here, as he'll try to get in and get something going. Manuel Pena, the next batter up for Amarillo, takes a swing and a miss, and the count now 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike, the count now. Our score tonight, San Antonio 14, Amarillo 9. 2 outs, nobody on, and that one just outside. It's 1-1. Boy, 10-3 there in Wichita. Boy, Tulsa sure has a good deficit, leading by 7. That one right there will put them again, 4th time in a row. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Final strike, here's the payoff pitch, and that's going to be right there, picked up by Castañon, throws to Sanabria, and the ball game comes to an end. Well, that definitely puts it to a tied series between 1 game each between Amarillo and San Antonio here tonight. Jagger Haynes is the win. Dylan Ray gets the loss. And so far, a pretty good night here in San Antonio, as the Missions will win it by 14-9. And just like last night, boy, if we subtracted one run, it would have been like what we saw last night with Amarillo. Yeah, I gotta say there, Johnny, that looked pretty neat right there. And so far, just a pretty good ball game as we go along the way. That is for sure. Well, Military Appreciation Night was the greatest success we've ever had, and so far San Antonio now claiming their 37th, and so far that would be their 37th loss for Amarillo. It's coming into this ball game. But yeah, pretty good night for the first day of July, and tell you one thing, it looks like Wichita is almost finished tonight. So the Drillers, Tulsa will claim their 50th of the season against Wichita. Boy, the Wind Surge not having a good year this year, 29-45 as we all look at it. Just not a good night for them as they came in and boy, they're getting bashed around quite a bunch by the Tulsa Drillers. Yeah, that is for sure there, Johnny. It's not looking good as we all look at it. But most definitely, there's just a lot to go on from this and stuff. Yeah, that is for sure. Well, anyway, hope everybody had a pretty good day today, and so far, our final score of this one, 14-9. And boy, tell you one thing, pretty good. Well, we could go ahead and boy, I don't know who's going to win there in Northwest Arkansas. Boy, Corpus Christi has a run in front, 4-3. And they are leading it pretty good, trying to strike out the, well, they still have the bottom of the ninth to do for Northwest Arkansas. Boy, kind of reminds me of them colors that Corpus Christi wears. It'll look like Midland and Frisco almost done with their ball game. Well, that's a pretty good win for Tulsa as they claim their 50th of the season. You know, beating Wichita. But so far, well, tonight San Antonio has played their part very well in getting in and getting things going here tonight. I felt something on the floor. Like, what was that? Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. There's something on the ground. But anyway, hope everybody enjoyed tonight's broadcast. So far down to the final 4 games of this homestand between the two ball clubs. Gotta say, hope everybody has a good. Oh boy, sorry for yawning, but yeah, anyway, hope everybody has a good night. Drive home safely if you can. And come back to us. But tell you one thing, pretty good as we go on here this evening. Well, we'll go ahead and cut the broadcast. And so far, final score, San Antonio 14, Amarillo 9. For all of us, tomorrow night, Taco Bell Value Night here at the ballpark. Don't forget your favorite flying chocolates back in town. for Thursday and Friday left of this first half. And so far, pretty good. Series continues for the 4th of July as we get ready to celebrate Independence Day this weekend. So far, come out to West Creek Trail Rides and have the best Independence Day you can possibly have. That is going horseback riding or whatever you prefer. It's going to be a nice hot afternoon and even a hot evening as we go along the way. But anyway, going to be nice to be out at West Creek and stuff on that day, so hopefully you guys will get ready to come in and have yourselves the best time ever as well. Anyway, y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all again tomorrow here in San Antonio. Well, good night, everybody, and safe travels home. That is right.